Good morning and welcome back, friends, to another episode of Midas Touch, a journey from wealth foundation to wealth mastery with Vikas Joshi. Friends, this series has been started with as a complementary series to the other two series, the Money Mindset Mastery with Vikas Joshi and Golden Whispers, Vikas Joshi Inspires Aspirations. These two series were dealing with the growth mindset, that is change of mindset from the restricted mindset to the growth mindsets. How to move on from financial accumulation to financial stability by changing our mindset, by developing ourselves, by self-development, developing our confidence. That was the requirement in these two series. As we proceeded further in the series, it was felt necessary that we move on to understanding the basic concept of finance so as we create wealth, generate wealth, create a mastery in wealth creation. And as we are moving towards on this path, initially we are talking on the basic concepts of finance. We have to understand financial concepts, how they are affecting our daily life, how it is affecting our financial goals, how it is affecting our finance of daily finance requirement, how we are managing that. We are doing it, friends, no doubt, everyone is doing that. But these concepts would make it more elaborate or will make it more easy to understand where we stand on the finance part. No doubt we are moving further, but this will help you to improve on your financial status. That is the concept. So let us first understand, that is what we are doing, that the financial base should be so strong as we move on towards investment part, to understand the concept of investments and to generate finance, master the finance. We have to have a sound base of financial terms very clear in our mind. So in the last episode, we were talking of inflation, a big term generally used in terms of economy and government practices and so on. But how that is affecting our daily life, that is what I discussed in the last inflation episode. So also I did mention that inflation and cost of living go together, but I have bifurcated them into two parts. First inflation and the second cost of living. Because I wish that the concept should be very clear as we proceed further in financial stability stages. So today's topic would be cost of living in financial planning. So the cost of living is a comprehensive measure of financial requirements to maintain a specific standard of living in given area. It encompasses various essential expenses and plays a vital role in financial planning, budgeting, salary negotiations, and making informed lifestyle and relocation decisions. Understanding and accurately assessing the cost of living ensures financial stability and effective management of personal finances. Understanding the cost of living is a fundamental to effective financial planning. It impacts budgeting, savings, emergency funds, retirement funds, debt management, investments, lifestyle choices, and more. By accurately assessing living standards, living costs, individuals can make informed financial decisions, negotiate better services, and ensure long-term financial stability for well-being of themselves. So, cost of living refers to the amount of money required to maintain a certain standard of living, covering basic expenses such as housing, food, healthcare, transportation, taxes, education, entertainment, clothing, childcare, miscellaneous, unaccounted for expenses. So these components, they all define the cost of living, friends. That is a living standard. So you must be able to negotiate. आजकल तो है ना कि whenever the child is going for an interview for any job, there is a negotiation for salary. You are asking for a rise for a particular side for whatever you are capable of or your ability is. That should be analyzed with inflation and cost of living, because you should be able to supersede the necessary inflationary actions on your daily life. मैंने हमेशा कहा है, पैसा जिंदगी में सब कुछ नहीं है, लेकिन जीने के लिए पैसा बहुत जरूरी है. सो ये जो जरूरी चीज है, दैट इज कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग. सो दैट इज अफेक्टिंग हाउसिंग. जैसे अभी हाउसिंग रेंट पे ले रहे हो, तो मुझे रेंट पे लेना है कि मुझे खरीदना है, दैट इज ऑल्सो यू शुड डिसाइड. यू हैव टू डिसाइड फ्रेंड्स. आमतौर पे जैसे हम आगे बढ़ते गए, लोगों ने सोचा कि हमारा घर होना बहुत जरूरी है. बट इन मेनी ऑफ द कंट्रीज दैट इज नॉट द कंसेप्ट. दे स्टिल लिव इन ऑन रेंट and they carry forward their life in a very luxurious way. So you have to decide whether what is beneficial for you. Food, the cost of groceries is now growing, whether that is the requirement of life. Yes, it is the requirement of life. So you should be able to differentiate between the requirement and necessity and wants. Want क्या है? नहीं, मुझे बर्गर खाना है, ये want है आपकी. नेसेसिटी क्या है? मुझे खाना है. You see, the only change was burger. That is what you have to understand. Now, if you want to have that lifestyle, now you should be able to negotiate your salaries. You should be able to financially plan the things. Then only you will be able to understand the cost of living. नहीं तो डिफिकल्ट है. क्यों डिफिकल्ट है? क्योंकि हम जैसे जिंदगी आ रही है वैसे जिए जा रहे हैं. आर वी प्लान्ड? नो. तो सपने देख रहे हो क्या? नहीं. अरे कैसे नहीं देख रहे हो? देखना चाहिए. सपने नहीं देखोगे तो पूर्तता कैसे करोगे? अगर अच्छे बढ़ोगे नहीं तो फ्यूचर कैसे होगा? Isn't it? If you are not planning your future, you are compromising on the fortune of your future. सपना ही नहीं देखा, गोल ही नहीं जमाया, फाइनेंशियली मैंने स्टेबिलिटी लाई नहीं, आज नौकरी मिल गई, चलो मैंने आज एंजॉय कर लिया. So you have to plan that so that the enjoyment will be for lifelong, even after retirement. That is what we are talking of. I have made a separate video on retirement planning also. Though I will be elaborating more on what are the conditions that you should plan for. Next is healthcare. Healthcare is one of the important part of life, friends. Because I always say, if you carry stress, it comes along with a rider of the benefit or of the additional thing, that is medical practitioner. And the expenses come along. अब हेल्थ केयर नहीं करोगे तो डिफिकल्ट है आगे. Why? Because your health will go on giving up as you grow up. है ना? जैसे एक 25 साल का लड़का जितने स्पीड में काम करता है वही स्पीड में काम एक 60 साल का लड़का नहीं कर सकता. आदमी उसको स्पीड थोड़ा स्लो डाउन हो जाता है बाय नेचर. Now if you want to keep that, then you have to be healthy. Then hence it is said, healthy, wealthy and wise. If the health is correct, the wealth will be automatically accompanying you. And hence that person is always called wise. So also the transportation cost, that is what I stated when I defined as the cost of living. See, whenever you are taking a job, whenever you want to open a business, we always consider the transportation cost. Business jahan mera hai, the output that is being generated, if I have to market it somewhere and the distance is too much, then the cost I am paying for taking my completed product to the market is the cost that I am bearing. That is my cost of living, because my product, my business own, मैंने एक product जमाया and I am wishing to sell it. If the market is too far, then I am paying for that farness, cost of living. वैसे ही जॉब अगर मैं कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे वो देखना पड़ेगा, जितने नजदीक है वो अच्छा है, बिकॉज दैट विल बी, आई विल बी रिड्यूसिंग माई ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट. उसमें क्या है, रोज का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कॉस्ट इतना ही तो होता है. नहीं, ये सोच, मतलब ये होता है आमतौर पे, हम ऐसे ही डायलॉग मारते हैं, माने क्या, वी आर जस्ट टॉकिंग लूजली. वी शुड बी अकाउंटेबल फॉर एवरी रूपी. देन ओनली वी विल अंडरस्टैंड the financial stability. The rupee saved is the rupee gained. That is the profit. So that is what the concept should be, friends. So as we move on, now we are looking for a greener pastures. That is, we want to have some bigger opportunities. We want to switch our jobs. Comes in the taxes part. That is cost of living. That is the income that you are generating which is taxable as per statutory norms, you have to pay. Don't think of illusion. That is not good. It is not long term. Maybe एक आध बार तुम सक्सेस हो भी पाओगे, but never do such things. Statutory payments are to be effected. So you have to consider the taxes part also whenever you are demanding for a salary, negotiating your salary. You have to consider the taxation part also, the transportation part also, the healthcare part also, the food part also. हाउसिंग में इंक्लूड नहीं करूंगा लेकिन है भी, बिकॉज हाउसिंग रेंट है या अगर इफ यू आर टेकन इट परचेस्ड इज देन द EMI may be, or at a lump sum as you may have given, but you have paid for your house. But nowadays the companies, they offer you the accommodation also at lower cost. Now the education part, that is तुम्हारे बच्चे होंगे तो बच्चों का एजुकेशन करना पड़ेगा. So you should have a good school. So if you want to have a good school, you should be able to pay the fees. Again, cost of living. You have to consider that. And then, अरे इतना सब करके मैं थक गया तो मुझे एंटरटेनमेंट चाहिए, मैं घूमने जाना चाहता हूँ. I wish to have a leisure time. I should be prepared financially also to have that leisure time for me. So, entertainment, that should be also considered. So also, the important part of all this is appearance, clothing. अगर मुझे अच्छी जॉब में जाना है तो मुझे मेरा अपीयरेंस अच्छा होना चाहिए. अरे लेकिन जॉब में नहीं, जॉब के लिए नहीं, कहीं भी जाओ तुम्हारा अपीयरेंस अच्छा होना चाहिए. होता है ना, हम जब घर से बाहर निकलते हैं, we just don't get up and move out of our house. We spend some time on ourselves, decorating ourselves. Decorating nahi, but we are preparing ourselves in a very presentable and pleasant manner, correct? Because you wish that your projection should be good. So clothing, that becomes the part of life. Cost of living, that is also added. Child care, अब बच्चा हो गया तो बच्चे को घुमाने ले जाने बाबा गाड़ी चाहिए. Child care. अब बच्चे को बच्चा है तो whenever he is developing, there are many health issues. You have to be prepared for that. Cost of living, that should be considered. Miscellaneous part, that is पर्सनल केयर के लिए मैंने किया. जैसे आजकल बहुत सारे किट्स अवेलेबल है पर्सनल केयर के, बहुत सारे प्रेजेंट ये अवेलेबल है. I should say though the decorative kits, I am not able to put it rightly, the decoration part नहीं है, but makeup part, हाँ makeup kits are available. Household goods के लिए available है. Insurance is becomes a miscellaneous part. आपने अपनी फैमिली का इंश्योरेंस किया कि नहीं, हेल्थ केयर इंश्योरेंस किया कि नहीं. देयर आर प्रोडक्ट्स नाउ दिस कंपनीज आर ऑफरिंग दैट along with that the family insurance should be there, है ना. When we are talking of, I will be talking on insurance, I will be also dealing with those parts. So these all expenses, these are expenses. That is your cost of living. These may be monthly, quarterly, yearly, half yearly, as the case may be. But those are the expenses you should be prepared for and should be accounted for. क्योंकि जब टैक्स रिटर्न्स भरोगे तो उसमें सब इवैल्यूएट होना चाहिए. That is how you have to prepare yourself, friends. Now that is how, now I just cited out some points as they came to my mind, that these are the affecting points in our daily life. Now in our self-reflection journal, we have to write down monthly expenses मेरे कितने हैं, what are the necessities part of that, and then I will deal with my wants. I should first be aware of my needs. मैंने लिख दिया, अब मुझे अंदाजा आ गया कि मेरा इनकम कितना है और मेरे एक्सपेंसेस है कितने. Now I can plan for my wants, the leisure time wants. That is cost of living. That is financial planning. So irrespective of inflation, I am preparing myself to a standard of living, irrespective of the location. I am preparing myself for a standard of living by understanding my cost of living. That is the concept, friends. So, whenever you are planning something, you have to have the basics very clear. Now, in this case, cost of living, you should understand what are your needs, the basic needs that are monthly prepared. I always say monthly because monthly करोगे तभी समझ में आएगा yearly मेरा कितना जाने वाला है. Maybe the expenses maybe after quarter or say half year or a year, but break it down on monthly basis so that you are prepared. Now, once you understand your needs, now you can plan for your wants also. Otherwise, what we do, we prepare ourselves to be prepared for the expenses of credit cards, loans, high costs. That is what rising your cost of living. But we have not paid attention to this term till now. ये मैंने सोचा ही नहीं था कि इसको भी कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग बोलते हैं, तो मैंने लोन ले लिया, उसमें क्या गाड़ी लिए, ईएमआई देना है, ईएमआई जा रहा है मेरे सैलरी से. व्हाट इज द कॉस्ट यू आर पेइंग फॉर द कार? ओह, इतना तो कमा रहा हूं, तो इतना मेरा ईएमआई जा रहा है. करेक्ट. But if you segregate that into your needs and wants, then you will realize that the cost you are paying for under the concept of EMI for the luxurious goods is very high. That is automatically rising your cost. That is rising your cost of living. तो दुनिया को दिखाने के लिए बहुत अच्छी चीज है, मेरे पास गाड़ी है, एक बंगला है, घोड़ा है, सब है. But the cost of living that you are bearing, you only know. So it is better that we make ourselves aware of our needs and our wants. Once we prepare our needs, we have to plan our wants. देखो, prepare our needs माने क्या? Needs are the statutory requirements. बाबा रोज का खाना है, खाना तो खाना पड़ेगा, जरूरत है वो मेरी. इंश्योरेंस मुझे लेना पड़ेगा, जरूरत है वो मेरी. इंश्योरेंस कैन बी प्लस और माइनस, बट नेसेसिटी है ताकि मैं अपना पैसा बचाऊं. बड़ा टीवी खरीदना है, ओ ये वांट हो गई, आई विल हैव टू प्लान फॉर दैट रादर देन गोइंग फॉर एन ईएमआई एक्टिविटी. है मेरे पास क्रेडिट कार्ड, ये लो बड़ा टीवी आज घर में आ गया, हैप्पी. हैप्पी थोड़ी देर, बाद में समझ में आएगा जब कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग कितना हो रहा है. ओह, आई हैड नॉट प्लान फॉर दैट बिकॉज इमरजेंसी आ गई. आई वॉज नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड. My EMI has started sucking me out of my finance. So please friends, in your personal journal, please make a list of your needs and then plan for your wants. I have already made an episode on needs and wants. Please refer to that. Very important. Understand these concepts. Keep paying interest on the things unnecessarily when we can plan for the things. मैंने उस एपिसोड में कहा था, आई विल रिपीट दैट पार्ट ऑल्सो. जैसे हम गाड़ी पार्किंग, आजकल तो वो गाड़ी कहीं भी पार्क करता है आदमी, एंड देन देयर आर टोइंग वैन्स मूविंग फ्रॉम हियर एंड देयर, अनाउंसमेंट इज बीइंग मेड. दे आर वेरी जेनरस पीपल. दे आर मेकिंग अनाउंसमेंट, मूव योर कार फ्रॉम द नॉन पार्किंग एरियाज, अदरवाइज वी विल टो इट अवे. एंड स्टिल पीपल आर पार्किंग द car or scooter, vehicle, whatever it may be, it is being towed out, and now you are paying the charges. What for? For the negligence, for the casual approach, for the converting our wants into needs. मैं गाड़ी लेके गया, सड़क के बाजू में पार्किंग लॉट नहीं था, लेकिन जगह मेरे को जरूरत थी, मैंने गाड़ी पार्क कर दी और मैंने फी भी भर दी, मैंने चार्जेस भी भर दी. Nowadays they are heavy, but I wish that we understand it should not be the heavy or low cost. It should be why I should pay the charges for my negligence when the law doesn't allow me to do so. Why can't we be a good law abiding person so that in a way, we are protecting ourselves. We are protecting our finance. वो भले कितना भी रुपए हो. Why are we playing with these things? So also a person traveling on a train without a ticket from a first class train. होता है ऐसे भी. Why? When you are caught, you are paying a much higher fine. So also you are damaging your image, isn't it? So never convert your wants into needs, friends, unless and until you are planned for that. So you have to understand, and for that you should have your budgets prepared. बजट से होगा तो आपको पता है मेरे को खर्चा कितना करता है, पैसा कितना आ रहा है, मुझे क्या करना है. Once you have planned the things, now work the plan. That is what is required. That is, you have to have that saving goals, investment goals, emergency funds goals, retirement planning goals. वो सब करने के बाद जो बचेगा, वो अब बचता है, don't worry. When you start doing that, you will understand that. Because every amount cannot be spent into an emergency fund or a retirement fund. Some part is to be there. That is what we are planning, friends. And that is where we should move on. So, debt management, I already stated that don't go into the debt management part like purchasing spree. मेरे पास एक क्रेडिट कार्ड आ गया तो परचेस कर लिया सब कुछ. भाई मेरे, तुमको पैसा भी तो देना पड़ेगा ना, आज नहीं कल देना पड़ेगा. So why are you paying more interest on your future when you can plan your future? Unplanned future is unplanned fortune of your future. Compromising, na? So plan your future, friends. Your investment decisions should be right from the day one. You start generating income for yourself. You should have that expenses tracking part. पर्सनल जर्नल जब लिखोगे तो समझ में आता है, अरे आज तो मैंने इतना खर्चा कर दिया लेकिन मैंने करना नहीं चाहिए था. मैं खुश हो गया, मैं ऐसे ही किसी को घुमा के ले गया. और व्हाई वाज इट नेसेसरी? और had you planned for that? Are you having that financial cushion? That is what you have to plan. That is how we work for the friends. थोड़ा तकलीफ होने वाला है शुरू में, होता ही है, because we have never done this activity in such a way. Work out that, friends. We will be moving towards financial stability धीरे से ही, और हमको धीरे से ही बढ़ना है. That is how we should plan. You should plan your health and wellness also. जब आपको पता है कि योर बूढ़े माँ बाप की कोई रिक्वायरमेंट है, हेल्थ की प्रॉब्लम है, तो you should be having some funds for those also, because those are the people who have made you as whatever you are today. आपको पता भी नहीं है आपके माँ बाप ने क्या क्या परिस्थितियों को फेस किया होगा आपको बड़ा बनाने के लिए. It is now your turn to help them to live on a happy life. You should have a plan for them also. Your education planning, your tax planning should be in line with the changes that are happening in and around you. So you should be prepared for the things, friends. So the cost of living, simply put, is the cost that you are paying for daily life you are living for. So you should be prepared. You should have that planned efforts. You should have the list of the needs and then plan for your wants. That will define your cost of living, and hence that will also define your financial stability, and hence it will be defining your financial future. That is what I call fortune of future. So friends, cost of living, you should understand, as we have understood the term inflation, how it is affecting our daily life. So the cost of living, that is what we are dealing with on daily basis, but we have not at all applied it or understood it, or we have not put it on our reflection self journal. Now please put it on your self journal and realize the success part of it. I sign off on this note, friends, and we meet again in another episode of the Midas Touch, the journey from wealth foundation to wealth creation with Vikas Joshi. Till then, bye-bye. Enjoy the day, friends. Enjoy the life. It is a one-time activity. Do enjoy.